guys doing? We're here for another episode of VanGo After Dark. It's a bit of a gloomy day today, but it's a nice relief from the heat we've been having.
Yeah, I heard Toronto Juice Jam coming up on Saturday here. They're expecting like 37 degrees.
Oh my god.
I don't even know. Yeah, that's what she said. They literally said emails like, yeah, dressed accordingly. Make sure you have sunscreen and stuff. It's supposed to be about 37.
37?
I don't know how that's still
ridiculous.
possible. But I haven't looked into it, but I'm going to be dressed.
She does a lot of work for the industry in general, but
yeah.
the Eastside Flavor is the one behind Juice Jam out in Toronto. It's an outdoor event, one-day event. People just come, simple booths. You just show up and showcase juice. Yeah,
nice low. She has a great opportunity. Usually people bring their top sellers too, so you really get to stop through, check the best of the best, and yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about vape journeys. So briefly in the past we've talked a little bit about the vape journey, but we'll both be touching base on that. So I mean, why don't you?
Mine was actually pretty simple. I ended up starting with Keezer. Keezer let me try with what flavor was it? Cool Tropics. Cool Tropics. I tried that. I was really what really caught my interest was how cool it smelled in the air. Like, does the smell? I was like, oh, it smells so nice. Let me try that. And then I tried it, and I was like, oh my gosh, it tastes the way it smells. Which coffee really makes me mad. The coffee, it smells so amazing. You get some of these deep roasts and all this stuff, and you're like, oh, that smells amazing. Then you take a sip, it's like, oh, it tastes like dirt.
No, it is trippy.
So that direct translation got me really interested into it. Yeah, especially the flavor side. So then I moseyed my way out on my lunch break to Lucky 8 Vapes. Picked up that iStick 50 and like a Kangertech Bone Mini. I think I mentioned that before. I was like, okay, this is all right. Got the Red Albino. Red Albino. And then I ended up getting a 2-mod shortly after, and I had someone build it for me because I understood there was stuff I still didn't understand, and that's where stuff can go wrong when you mess around with mechanical. So I made sure I had someone show me the proper instructions and all that stuff. And I could, even though you're only doing like 22 gauge or some basic, maybe a parallel wrap or something, I was like, oh my gosh, this flavor's awesome. So that really caught my interest. And it's funny going to how far we've come along. So now I had like some aliens when we were at Eastside, Canada.
Yeah.
We found that old bottle of Red Albino. And I remember I dripped it. I'm like, oh my gosh, the flavor on here is really good. Yeah. And it's not the flavor hasn't changed. It was just that the hardware has come so far along. And yeah, it really contributed to that whole that Flaving experience that where I'm all about. So you find me, I do like maybe salt mix for the convenience, but I'm all about the flavor.
The flavor is really what it's at. Like, I'm still on this. I have the salt mix and I keep forgetting. I don't even know what it is, to be honest. But the flavor is a huge part of it. And I think that's one part that people don't give a lot of credit to. Is like, you're not just getting nicotine, now you're getting something to fully replace it as a whole new experience. And I think that the flavor ties in a lot. For myself, the same thing. I didn't really quit smoking until I found the flavor that worked. And so it was tough because the beginning was just shitty, you know. You get puffs of garbage, and you can't really taste anything, and so that was a big challenge. Yeah, the hardware. Yeah. For myself, as much as I want, I'm always vaping something different. I'm that guy of the group. I'm totally about the flavor. So yeah, for me, I was kind of on and off with vaping because I didn't really find a flavor that stuck with me at that time. Mm-hmm. When I found like, oh hey, this flavor really resonates, I kept going on with it. And yeah, that is really what kept me in and coming on board about a year after my vaping journey started. It's been really fun testing with the guys here, especially me and Sonic. You know, we're here spending sometimes late nights testing all these different flavors, seeing if we can add like 0.2 of this or something of that, see how that changes. So I really love the crafting side of it and delving more into all the flavorings. The crafting side is really cool, actually, just playing with the flavors. And I had no idea before I got into it. You know, before. Or even for people that are just new to vaping. I'm sure, Alex knows. Alex is a juicer as well. He's from Homeboys. So he would know all about the flavor side and how before getting into juicing or before even starting to vape, first of all, if you're not a vapor, you don't really understand what the world of flavor is. Because like it's hard to wrap your head around the flavor in a vaporized form. Like what do you mean? How can you taste the tiramisu? You need all the layers and, all these different things. And so when we started making juice, we were thinking in this 2D format as well. We were like, okay, blueberry is blueberry. You put blueberry in and it should taste like blueberry. And I was like, what? This is weird. Like, it doesn't matter how much blueberry I put, it's just not blueberry. And then I started getting into, so Shane from All Day Vape, that's from my story, is that I started with Shane at All Day Vapes, and another huge part of my initial vaping journey was Kelly at DIY E-Juice. And so I would talk to both of them, and I would say, like, hey, what's good, guys? All the viewers just popped on. We're just going over the Flaving and our journey. But yeah, so Shane and Kelly both, they gave me a lot of ideas and stuff like that. And one of the things that came out was like, the thinking in the 3D way. It's like, yeah, okay, you've got, for example, Capella's blueberry, it tastes like this. Is that what you have in mind? It's like, no, it's kind of like different. And they're like, okay, well, what about this one? Then you kind of realize that none of them are exactly what you have in mind, but together they can be. And so that's when, like, I started getting into, like, the mixing side. I was like, okay, this is weird. And so I started seeing the 3D aspect of simple flavors, and then it started getting more creative. Like, okay, well, what about if I throw in a little bit of cream? Or what if I do this, that? And so it started going from there. And then I had a real bad problem with just making so many recipes. I started, I remember at the beginning, the first few months, we'd be up to like 3, 4 in the morning. Like, we'd just be making testers because it was like back in the old place. And so it was very small. And so we literally have like 90 10 ml bottles and just making it in the tedious old system too. So we're using little syringes. It was a big nightmare. But anyways, through there, developing the flavor aspect of it. And that was really interesting. And long nights with Kelly, I know we'd be sitting there for till like 3 in the morning talking about other things, about flavor as well. Because going there, I'd see like, holy shit, why do you have 10 different blueberries? Why so many strawberries? So many vanilla? So much. And so you really realize that there's a whole new world of flavor because there's only so much you can translate in baked goods and stuff like that, candies, things like that. How do you get, let's say I want to experience a blueberry blueberry cream on a tiramisu. I'm not, you're really restricted, or I want to try this or that. Where when you get into like flaving, there's really no, well, there's kind of like, there is limits. You can't go into the savory side, but on the sweeter side, there really isn't any limits. You want to try blueberry jam with a little bit of strawberries and a hint of lemonade or whatever it is, you can do it.
Yeah, you can. I've been surprised how we can. You get the layers, and actually one of the interesting flavors, like when you said you have envision kind of like what you expecting the flavor to taste like. Usually when we test, I say what direction. I kind of know what direction we should go. We might want to aim for, but like the indica coming up. That's the first time I was like, I know I wanted it to taste like this at the end of it with that tangerine guava. Yeah. So and then working to that end game is interesting than just trying to go in a direction.
Yeah, it's really finicky. Really finicky. That's the thing with these flavors. It's like, you never expect. You never know what to expect, and because you're working with so many flavors, so many variables, there's always things you have to take into consideration. Like, I mean, ideally, we could take 4 years to make a flavor, but it's not really realistic because. Ideally, we'd only do one tiny change at a time and let it sit and do the whole thing. And maybe that's something we should do on like a special, come up with something that needs
watermelon bubblegum. 2 years later.
That's the example of it. Like watermelon bubblegum just will not finish.
Well, speaking of flavors, everything, guys, as always, we have the flavor of the week, the cust, and again, all our flavor of the weeks, 15% off for retail, 5% off for wholesale. Code FOTW, and it's actually one of my favorites, especially in the morning, because it's just a nice simple custard, nice and rich, can't go wrong with it. Also, we got RayCloudz coming in here, big into tricking, big into the vape community, big advocate.
He has some really cool tricking videos where he has a big Portuguese following, so he actually does some tricking videos, some explanations in Portuguese. Check out his YouTube, guys. Check out his Instagram. He's got a lot of cool content. He's got some really cool tutorials. So if you want to learn how to do those crazy O's and be an airbender and be a magician, just check out his YouTube. So let's put him on.
The main thing about vaping, it was that I can save lives with that, right? I can influence people with the vape, and people can quit smoking. Because one of the main reasons was because I lost my grandma, and because of cigarettes, and it's very. One part of my life that wasn't very cool because it was really close to my grandma, and vape changed my life because I've changed people's life. So I'm doing that, and then I'm not receiving physically, but I'm receiving for myself. When you feel good to do something, and then I started tricking, and then I met a guy that was tricking, and then I said I'm gonna do this because I it's really cool for me, right? So I ended up doing it, and then now like it's my life. I want to like always keep doing this, and then I open up my YouTube channel to help people in Brazil to do tricks too. So, and if you guys would like, I can teach you something today about the trick you do.
Sick.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I can teach you how to do like a banning hair or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And in Portuguese as well. If you're like into Portuguese stuff, learning Portuguese, or all the Brazilians that I love so much, keep it on, because we have much things to do. And so I'll explain a little bit of the basic of the Bane inhale. The first thing you need to know is the French inhale. The French inhale is the one that you just do that. I'll do real quick. Can you do? Can you do the French inhale?
No.
The French inhale, you pretty much like let it go with, like you don't use your mouth at all, and you just literally inhale it. So you can push it. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
I'm doing that.
You gotta let it fall out of your mouth and inhale with your nose.
Yeah, almost there. You like leave a little bit of smoke.
Oh, don't inhale.
Vape. Yeah, a little bit of vape. Not
So you kind of like close your mouth and inhale through your nose.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fail. I think it's not giving enough smoke.
Hardware, yeah. Blame it on something else. Blame it on the hardware.
So the other thing now for the Bane inhale, what I do, I put my jaw a little bit back, so I do this movement. So I don't close my mouth at all. I don't like just close my mouth. I do a little bit, like my teeth is like this, a little bit back. So and then I start to do the Bane inhale with my mouth a little bit open, like covering a little bit of my teeth, like in the
Sure.
in the upper teeth. So
Oh, that's pretty sick. Damn. That's level 2. I gotta get level 1 down before I can do level 2.
yeah,
That's pretty sick. Pretty sick.
yeah.
So what's the trick to like, what to like doing it properly? Just the jaw. I guess that's the main thing.
Like
Putting your jaw back.
you're talking about the O?
No,
Oh, okay. The jaw back, because you're gonna leave a gap between your teeth, and you don't need to have like the separate teeth like people say. You just use the gaps that have
failing over here, boys.
between your teeth, and it's just like it's kind of like a mathematics or scientist shit. It's crazy. I was going to tricks like when you do the air bending, you literally air bending it because you're using the space you have in your mouth.
The air around it to like
exactly. So you move things. It's so crazy, man. I love it. Like that's one of the things.
That's trippy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what about O's? Just why don't you show us a couple tips on doing some
O's? Yeah. So one thing people have a lot of problem with O's. So people do like this with their lips, like don't do that, man. Like it looks stupid. Just kidding.
You're hurting my feeling. I feel attacked.
Just kidding. Actually, it's really bad because I don't really know exactly why. But like it doesn't really work. Like.
Oh yeah,
like,
it's really muffled.
It's really like
It's not defined.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's not defined. But when you cover your teeth with your lips, it's just like that. It's very, very weird, but like that's how you do. And then there you go. Look at that. And then you can actually do like a higher speed on the thing.
I gotta push it. You can do a little one.
How do you get them thick?
I have two things about the thing.
I was choking on it. But
There's kind of different kinds of cough you can do. And it's like that, the dry one, or the little bit longer one, which is like the.
Does the long one make it thick with like?
Yeah,
two
I feel
Cs?
that the
Like,
long one. Yeah, so like. So see, like you kind of do like a bass cough, like a.
That's thick.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, and for your Portuguese tutorials, guys, é o seguinte, eu vou falar assim pra você. Just kidding. My Portuguese tutorials are on my link. It's probably somewhere in the chat here. It's like just my YouTube channel with like tutorials in Portuguese. So if you'd like to like just pass by, I have like some vape tricks added too. So just come around on my YouTube channel, leave a like and comment, and subscribe on my channel.
Why don't you drop your creds? We'll make sure it's in the chat, but just for those who watching.
Yeah, so the YouTube one would be youtube.com/RayCloudz tricks. And
RayCloudz with a Z, right?
With a Z, with a Z. And on Instagram, as the same thing, Instagram.com/RayCloudz without the tricks, so just like RayCloudz with a Z. Yeah, and that's it. Follow me.
Sick.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was good to have you on. I gotta practice that.
We're gonna get some lessons here. You're gonna come for one VanGo after dark. We're gonna just be bending right over.
That was nice. Why don't you throw a couple?
Let's do that for an outro. Just like get a cloud right out on the camera.
Oh, why don't you do a quick jelly before we?
Whoa!
It went right off.
It went right off. That was.
I gotta watch the replay on that. Shit. So, any viewers, if you guys got some tricks or you want to learn some tricks,
yeah, hit me up. I can help you out.
That's the man right there.
No fillings, no prices.
Well, I think that's it for today.
It's a good wrap.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up there. Thank you guys for watching the show. Thank you guys for all your comments and all the love. We'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for coming on, and
Great having you.
Let's hear your comments, guys.